Hey folks, how we doing today? It's me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots channel. We got all kinds of things going on with sanctions in Russia today, and some of these Democrats that we don't like so much these days. Let me go ahead and get into the story. It's actually three-parter. Three different stories have been out in the last 24 hours on the Gateway Pundit. Let me go ahead and just give you the highlights of each. It says, in retaliation for sanctions from the U.S., Russia announces personal sanctions against Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and Hillary Clinton, just to start with. It's getting good now. I like it. I have no problem with Russia sanctioning those folks for having children that do business over there, or them doing business over there directly as well. It says the UK, US, and the EU on Tuesday expanded economic and personal sanctions on Russian goods, and his key oligarchs. Russia responded to the new sanctions by announcing personal sanctions against Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Hillary Clinton, and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and others, as ABC reported. Good deal. Blinken, I can't stand that guy. The European Union Council on Tuesday imposed a fourth package of economic and individual sanctions, including restricting the export of luxury goods to Russia and banning new investments in Russian energy sector. So sanctions also target key oligarchs, lobbyists, propagandists pushing the Kremlin's narrative on the situations in Ukraine, and the council said in a statement. The aim of this sanction is that President Putin stops this inhumane and senseless war. Representatives of the European Union and Foreign Affairs and Secretary Security Policy said this in a statement. The United Kingdom is targeting over 300 people, including former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev and oligarchs with the estimated worth of more than $94 billion. The U.S. is also expanding sanctions, including against Russian Ministry of Defense officials as well. In retaliation for sanctions from the U.S., Russian Foreign Ministry has announced personal sanctions against Biden and a lot of his top administration officials, including Blinken, Lloyd Austin, and Biden's son, and Hillary Clinton, of course. It says, let's see here. That was the end of that article. Let me go ahead and get to the next article, which brings you a little more of an update. Let me see here. Okay, hold on just one second, folks. Work with me here. I'm scrolling. It says, here we go. Russia sanctions Joe and Hunter Biden, Hillary, and others. President Trump responds and points out Biden family conflict of interest with Russia. President Trump dropped a bomb on Joe Biden in his latest statement. Here we go. It says, breaking news, Russia just sanctioned Joe Biden. While that is a terrible thing in so many ways, perhaps it will now be explained why the Biden family received $3.5 million from the very wealthy former mayor of Moscow's wife during our presidential debate. Moderator Chris Wallace, then on Fox, would not let me ask that question. He said it was inappropriate. Perhaps that's why Biden has been so slow on the draw with Russia. It's a really bad conflict of interest that will perhaps now be fully and finally revealed. I'm glad to see that. I hope that was That was Trump's statement. It says it was just reported minutes ago. Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden, Hillary Clinton, and 10 others U.S. officials have been sanctioned by Russia in response to sweeping sanctions imposed by Washington against the Russian government on Tuesday. Sanctions barred the officials from entering Russia. Russia's foreign ministry said that the statements translated to English measures that were on a basis of reciprocity. Russian oligarchs, organizations, and other entities have been targeted by the U.S., Europe, and Canada in response to Russia's attack on Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin himself has directly sanctioned the translated Russian Foreign Ministry statement Tuesday said that the reciprocal sanctions are inevitable consequences of the extreme Russophobic course taken by the current U.S. regime. The other official states now sanctioned by Russia are Secretary of State Blinken, Lloyd Austin, Mark Milley, Jen Psaki, Jake Sullivan, uh, NSA advisor Dalit Singhai, Samantha Power, Adelawa Deliyamo, and the first Deputy Minister of Finance, Rita Joe Lewis, and the President of the Export-Import Bank. Maybe Putin will release more about some of Biden's family soon. What will we do then? We'll be waiting on the information. I hope that Putin exposes the criminality of the Biden family. That is one of the things that I hope comes out of all this. I hope we find out what's really going on. While Russia's at war, our country is signing away billions of dollars in these packages that most people didn't even know happened. Snuck them in the middle of the night, passed them by giving everybody a raise as an incentive to pass them. Plumb shameful. Says Hunter Biden's ex-business partner, Devin Archer, files appeal to avoid prison sentence. He knows it's all coming down. It says, just 3 days after we were bombed by Iran, Joe Biden gives the go-ahead and a guarantee for Iran to have the ability to trade with Tehran because we want to buy fuel from these terrorists. Are you kidding me? It's a joke. Since 2 years ago today, Biden promised to end the U.S. oil industry, and he has done his best to keep his promise. And today, look at the gas prices, $4.32 a gallon, and you cannot blame this on Putin. Hillary Clinton finally responded to her Russia sanctions, and now listen to this garbage. You know it's garbage coming out of her mouth. Let me see here. It says the UK, the US, and the UE on Tuesday expanded economic and personal sanctions on Russia's goods to the key oligarchs, and in turn, Putin did it to us as well, but only sanctioned the people that he thought would hurt the most. These politicians who have business over in Ukraine and like to run back and forth over there and do these little shady deals in Russia. It says Hillary Clinton responded to the sanctions. I want to thank the Russian Academy for the Lifetime Achievement Award. I want to thank the Russian Academy for the Lifetime Achievement Award. Russia has sanctioned Joe Biden and a range of other top officials. The main impact of this is they can now make corny jokes on cable news about how they won't be able to access their Russian bank accounts or go on vacation in Siberia, I guess. That's what Max Sedan tweeted. And he's got the whole list of everybody involved here. It says, Bill and Hillary Clinton made millions of dollars on foreign governments after leaving the White House in 2020. No doubt about it. Read Peter Schweizer's book, Clinton Cash, for the full untold story. It says Hillary Clinton was a Secretary of State at the same time the State Department and government agencies on the Committee of Foreign Investigations unanimously approved a partial sale of Canadian mining company Uranium One to the Russian nuclear company Rosatom, ultimately giving Russia 20% of U.S. United States uranium. Wow, give away 20% of a company. That's ridiculous. 9 shareholders in the Uranium One just happened to provide more than $145 million in donations to the Clinton Foundation in the run-up of the State Department's approval. Sounds like a bribe. Clinton took the cash from the Uranium One officials before the deal was approved by Hillary Clinton's State Department. Clinton hid the donations, which is clear violation of memorandum to understand. Hillary Clinton signed it with Obama administration, wherein she promised and agreed to publicly disclose all donations during the tenure of Secretary of State. In that case, she didn't do it. The Bidens were also paid millions of dollars from Russia. Hunter Biden was paid $3.5 million from the former mayor of Moscow's wife. Perhaps that is why Biden has been so slow with Russia. It is really bad conflict of interest that will perhaps now be finally revealed, Trump said on Tuesday in response to Russian personal sanctions against Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Hillary Clinton, and a slew of other politicians, criminals, whatever you want to call them. Hillary didn't have a lot to say. She said she's not running for president, but she's going to stay in the limelight. That way she can avoid prosecution, at least by her own country. Let's see here. It says Kamala Harris' husband, 3 times jabbed up, boosted up, double mask wearing Cell still tests positive for the blue flu. I wonder if he got it from Kamala. I seen her with her mask off. Don't tell nobody. Right. Takes their mask off every time they get away from the cameras. They got their mask on and everything's all good, and all of a sudden the cameras are out there. Mask off. They're done. You know how they do it. Well, I'm about to run out of video feed here. I realize I'm at the 10-minute mark, but I just wanted to let y'all know that there's an hour and a half long video, and it's a little choppy. You may have to fast forward through a few parts of it, but it's in the link down below in the description on the last video I put out, which is an advertisement for what we're doing Thursday. Me, Dave, William Archibald, and Matt are all going to get together and do a live chat again, like we did on my channel here the other day, except for this time it won't be 9 or 10 of us. It was great having everybody on, but as far as being able to get to a conversation and be able to interact with the people in the chats, probably don't need to invite so many people for the next one. But at any rate, that'll be a great show, no doubt about it. I think 3 or 4 people is the sweet spot as far as having guests on. Once you get so many, it looks like just a massive Zoom call. But at any rate, and people end up over talking to each other. But I really enjoyed everybody coming on my show, and I just want to thank each and every one of them so much for participating and trying to help grow my channel, grow my viewer hours, so I can get this other channel up and running like I'm supposed to. I will be doing more videos on the other channel as well. I just hope everybody subscribe to both channels, because you never know what's going to happen here on CommieTube.